You are welcome to Study Guide Anatomy, study series that will take you through anatomy and physiology in good time. It helps you to understand anatomy and physiology better than you do before, and it gives you shortcut for you to understand anatomy and physiology. So today, I will be looking into the facial bones. The facial bones, which is the other part of the skull. So we'll look into the facial bones now. We've seen the cranium before, so let's look into the facial bone. Now, before we go on, please, I would like you to go and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Study Anatomy. Make your subscription there so you can comment. You can also share immediately after the class. Now, let's see. These are the facial bones. The facial bones. Don't forget that we have 22 bones in the skull. Now, if I have to remove the ossicles, which are 6, 3 on both sides, the malleus, the incus, and the staple, which is the smallest of them all. If we have 3 on this side and we have 3 on the other side, we have to remove these 6 bones from the total number of bones that you have in the skull, which is making it 28. Then we'll be having 22 bones that make up the skull. So we want to dwell on this 22 because we can't really have access to seeing the ossicles, because the ossicles are kind of internally built. They are placed in the middle here, so we can't just have access to seeing them. So now let's see. We have the facial bones. The facial bones are 14 bones. 14 bones make up the facial skeleton. 14 bones make up the facial skeleton. Now let's see these 14 bones. First of all, let's see the bones. We have the nasal bone, which is these 2 bones here. They are the nasal bone. They make up your nose, the bridge of the nose. From this very bridge of the nose, they extend a little. So these are the nasal bones. The nasal bone, NASAL, the nasal bones are 2. 2 bones make up the nasal bone. Then we also have some bones here, a flat bone here, like a scale of fish, like fish scale, in this very junction here, in the socket, this very medial portion of the socket, like this here and this here. They are called the lacrimal bone. They are called the lacrimal bone. And the lacrimal bone, they are just small bones, but they are kind of in position like looking like fish scale on these very areas that you are seeing here on both sides of it, on the medial portion of the eye socket. Now, the next one we'll see, and the lacrimal bones, there are 2. There are 2. The nasal bones, there are 2. The lacrimal bones, there are 2. So now let's see the zygomatic bone. The zygomatic bone. I call this one the cheek bone. The zygomatic bones are the cheek bone. The cheek bone. You see them prominently when you smile. They are well pronounced, and they are well pronounced. I think they are well pronounced in persons that are having round faces. They are well pronounced in persons that are having round faces. The zygomatic bone. So this and this, they are the zygomatic bone. They are the zygomatic bone. And the zygomatic bones, they are also called the smiling bones, the cheek bones. Now let's see the other one. We have what they call the maxillary bone here. The maxillary bone, they are the bones of the maxilla. The maxilla are the bones of the maxilla, and there are 2 of them. Zygomatic bones, there are 2. The maxillary bones, there are 2. And you also have another bone here they call the palatine bone. The palatine bone. The palatine bones are of the palate. They are of the palate. They are of the palate. The palatine bones, there are 2. You have 2 palatine bones, this and this. These are the palatine bones. They have them on there. They make up the hard palate. There are 2 of them. So we've seen 2 again. Now we'll be having another one again. They call the vomer. Vomer is this bone you have, like is a very thin bone that looks like a razor blade here that demarcates the nasal cavity into 2 equal parts. It builds like the bridge of the nose. So it demarcates the nasal cavity into 2 equal parts, as you see here now, into 2 equal parts. That here, this one here, is called the vomer. The bone they call vomer. That's what it is. Then also the vomer is one. Vomer is one. Then you have another here at the very external lateral portions. The external lateral portion of the nasal cavity too. They look like candle wax, melted candle wax, and solidified candle wax. That's exactly how like solidification of tears. When we have tears and it gets solidified after the hand, something like that. Now, that's exactly how they look like at the sides of the nasal cavity, and they are called the inferior nasal concave. The inferior nasal concave. This inferior nasal concave, they are very important too, also as a part of the facial bone. Then also we have another bone here, which is the only movable one. This is the mandible. This is the mandible. The mandible is 1. The inferior nasal concave is 2. The mandible is 1. So we have just one mandible. And these are the bones of the facial skeleton. The bones of the facial skeleton. 2 nasal bones, 2 nasal bones, 2 lacrimal bones, 2 lacrimal bones, then 2 zygomatic bones, 2 zygomatic bones, 2 maxillary bones, bones of the maxilla, 2 maxillary bones, then 2 palatine bones, 2 palatine bones, 1 mandibular bone, 1 mandibular bone, and it's the only movable bone. It's a very strong bone. Then you also have what they call the inferior nasal concave at the lateral parts of the nasal cavity. You have 2 of them, the inferior nasal concave. Then you also have the vomer bone. This vomer is at the middle of the nasal cavity. It demarcates the nasal cavity into 2 equal parts. It demarcates the nasal cavity into 2 equal parts. So you have to take note of all these. And so don't forget to study your anatomy. Anatomy is a gradual process. When you study it every time, then it gets into you. And once anatomy gets into you, you start enjoying it. Anatomy is something you will enjoy. Thank you very much. So please don't forget to subscribe again to my YouTube channel. It's new actually, but don't forget to subscribe. Just subscribe so that when notification comes, you get it. When you get it, it gives you an edge. So it keeps you ahead of others doing study. Thank you very much.